How's it going, everybody? I hope you're having a wonderful day. And you know what I gotta say? The Berserker isn't too bad. And maybe I was a little bit wrong on them. Now, this loadout I have is not probably ideal. And you know what? That's okay, because I'm not going for ideal. I'm going for something that I can make work. And how I make the Berserker work is pretty simple, and I will show you. I do have fist weapons, the claws, two-handed. I want to get better ones. These are just what I got. It's what I got to deal with. But I've managed to make the Berserker be a pretty good melee glass cannon powerhouse. What would you say? You know, something along those lines. Now, it still can't take a lot of hits, which is why it's glass cannon. But the damage I can deal on the Berserker is significantly higher than I would have thought. And, you know, it's only going to get better if I get better gear and get a better weapon. But right now, it works pretty well. And I'm thinking about making another Berserker as well that is going to be a little bit more specialized and have two of them and see how they kind of work on the front line in combination with a couple other frontline units. So what's my strategy? How do I do this? Well, you know, the gear is just relative. I know I have higher RT, heavier gear. I could lower it a little bit and make them more faster, but I have a way to get around their low RT, or their high RT, right? Yeah, 109. I have a way to deal with that. So here's what I got. You know, we got our fists. We got Berserk. I'm running Berserk on a Berserker. If you remember before, I was not running Berserk on a Berserker. We have Sanguine Assault, which is insanely good. I have to have that. I don't know why you wouldn't. And this is my little secret. We have Risk Management. This is the little catch-all little bonus that I have that makes the Berserker very good, in my opinion. Redirect all damage taken by the target to friendly units within 2 tiles until next attack turn. So, here's the plan. Here's how this works. Berserker's going to be on the front line. It's going to be supported by 2 units. Now, these 2 units might not be ideal, but they're units I run all the time, and I found another use for them. So, what 2 units am I talking about? Yes, that's right. We're talking about our White Knights. The Berserker is on the front line supported by the White Knights. Now, why is this a thing? Why am I doing this? There's 2 reasons I'm doing this. 1, my White Knights have Velocity Shift. This is how I get around the higher RT cost that is on my Berserker. Being able to lower it by 35 is useful. Bringing them down to about 70, RT, is pretty darn good. Now, I know it could be even lower if I optimize the equipment, but, at the end of the day, this makes me happy and this works. Now, what's the other reason I have White Knights around? Well, the second reason I have the White Knights around is for risk management. They are going to take the hits that are directed at the Berserker. Now, with Guardian Force, redirects 50% of the damage taken by friendly units within 2 tiles to target unit next to turn. So, redirect is nice for reducing the damage taken by friendly units, and that's just on both of my White Knights. So if the Berserker, if he does get hit, this will help too, but with risk management, we got a double, safety net. So not only, and this is 2 tiles, so they're both 2 tiles. So I'm going to keep them kind of kitty corner, right next to each other. And if I don't get risk management to proc, I get Guardian Force to proc. Or I get both, and I get the best of both worlds. Now, this will mean the White Knights are going to take an increased amount of damage, but that is okay for 2 reasons. 1, I have items. 2, if I really want to use a heal 3, which I probably wouldn't, but I can. And 4, they don't really get hit that much anyway, in my battles. You take a little bit of damage. My Rune Fences are getting hit a lot more squishier frontline units. So the goal is to have 2 White Knights and 2 Berserkers, which is why I said I'm probably going to make a second Berserker, and that's going to kind of be my main attack force, maybe with, Rune Fencer or 2 there, so that's 6 units, and then my other 6 units are going to be all ranged with summons and, the most broken OP stuff you can use, and we got it pretty locked down then. So that is my strategy with Berserker. That's how I kind of make them work now, and that I find it a very good strategy, a very good tactic, and it's worked well for me, which is why I'm considering, and I'm going to get a second Berserker to utilize the kind of power I got going there. I could use a Terror Knight instead of a White Knight, but I just don't have space. I would throw a Terror Knight in there, or even a Knight, I guess, if you really want to get fancy and you want to do it even earlier. Knight or Terror Knight would work good as well, because the White Knight isn't really a tanky unit. It's kind of like a support hybrid. They can take hits, but 218 vitality comparing to my Knight, It's got more vitality than my knight and my Terror Knight, so maybe. It does help that the white knights I have are unique units, so they have higher stats overall. So generally, you know, they're gonna just be better than a generic unit. But that is my way of making the Berserker work, and how I've decided to get around it. Are fists the best weapon? I still don't know. You guys have to let me know how you make your Berserkers. What do you build? What weapons do you use? I would love to hear it. What tactics do you use? Do you use a similar tactic I do with risk management? Or do you have something else altogether? I would love to know how you keep your Berserker alive, how you build them, what the, you know, specifics are of what you do. Because the nice thing about Tactics Ogre is there is a lot of ways to play it, a lot of ways to make builds, and a lot of ways to have fun. And that's why I love the game, and I think it's one of the best strategy RPGs ever made. You know, it's right up there with Final Fantasy Tactics as far as I go. So thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate all the love and support, and I hope to see you guys in the next one. Until then, later guys, peace out, have a good one.